What's going on, guys? Scopamar TV here, back with another video. Today we're going to be watching a video and reviewing one of the most popular manipulation tactics that women have used for centuries, and we're going to be discussing it afterwards. Now let's listen to what this woman has to say.
But that'd be my first thought when a woman be like, he ain't doing what I want him to do. I'd be like, do you suck his dick? For real, that'd be my first thought. Like,
her first thought is to give the knowledge. Now, let me say this, man. I've had a relationship like this. And in my younger days, at the time, I was not thinking, cloudy vision. And I will say that this solves absolutely nothing. Nothing will be solved with the physical. People always say angry sex, after you guys had a fight, basically you go ahead and work it out in the bedroom. It won't solve anything. Lust will never solve your problem in life.
that'd be my first thought. Like, that's my go-to. That's my default setting. That'd be my default setting. Like, when women be like, he don't do this, I don't be having them type of issues. The issues that I have with men, they usually be trying to be more controlling and shit like that. And I don't mind being in a controlling environment because a man...
Being controlling. Now, this is all about manipulation, guys. Whenever they are not able to use the brain, okay? And I mean giving away that knowledge on you, physically doing things to you that woos you into the land of the abyss. Whenever they're not able to do these things, and you stand your ground on your logic and try to get them to apologize or to own to anything, they will call you controlling. Because a woman that goes to giving the knowledge as her first line of communication and her first line of defense manipulates that man and controls that man. And only the weak succumb to this type of behavior. And I will admit that once I was a weak man and I had a woman that did this to me constantly. We would go to parties, other men would come up, hug up on her, pick her up, and when I get home, I question her about it, and not in a bad way, but when I question her about it, she would just go to start pulling off my pants, touching me everywhere. And before you know it, boom, 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 all was forgotten about. But the issue was a dust pile underneath the rug that kept on getting bigger and bigger.
Man can't protect properly what he can't control. However, don't abuse my submission. That'd be where, like, I have challenges and where I have difficulties, but that'd be my first thought when a woman...
I mean, I get what she's saying, that she doesn't mind being controlled, but don't abuse her submission. That is totally a fair way to say, you know what, do not mistreat me as a woman. But I feel that she has also learned the art of destroying a man's consciousness. Let's keep it going to hear what she has to say some more.
Things like, don't take advantage. You know what I'm saying? Take your time with me, but don't take advantage. And motherfuckers get real comfortable and they just start trying to take advantage, and then it turns into something else. But that'd be my default setting. When anything don't go right, any issue, any argument, I drop to my knees fast.
And that is where the problem lies. Physical lust, physical attraction is a temporary fix to a problem that needs to be addressed. If two people are not able to communicate verbally about their issues, and the default is always sex, it will never work in the right way. And I'm not saying that for some people it doesn't work, but once time passes by and you're used to that person's body and you're used to everything about that person, the butterfly goes away and it's time to focus on life, mortgage, kids, the schools, real life issues, and you can't get that quickie in right away, and you have to talk it out, that drop to your knees, giving him the knowledge will not be working at that moment. Verbal communication will now have to be the one that takes over. And when some women are not able to do that to you and give you, their bodies and their physical attraction and their physical touch because they haven't practiced talking, it becomes a problem. They get flustered, they start to cry, they call you controlling because they believe you're yelling at them, because your voice is going to be a little bit more louder, you know what I'm saying, more deeper, and then you come off as a scary controlling man when all you're trying to do is to talk. But all these years she's been shutting you up by simply giving you that knowledge, giving you the knowledge, right? So I'm not agreeing with that part. I don't believe the first default that women should resort to is doing that, because not all men, right, believe that sex will solve their problems. Weak men that are not able to think and problem solve, that's their default. And it always ends up where it ends in domestic, abuse, where, you're not getting it anymore from this woman. So they start hitting on her and all these things because they have not focused on the discussion side of things, So I'm not agreeing with that because I live that life, and I'm telling you, it is a harsh thing when it comes time to even leave, because you are so hypnotized by this person for all these years that you're wondering to yourself, man, she is so good at doing that one thing in the bedroom. How can I get over this woman? And a lot of men fall emotionally into the depths of hell when it comes to leaving a woman that does this. And she knows that doing this, she gains control over this man.
That's my default setting. That's my default setting. It is. Suck his dick and fix that man something to eat. For real. Give him a shower. Like, get him clean. Fix him a drink. Suck his dick. Fix him something to eat. And then see what the issue is after that. Because we probably won't ever get to the meat and things like that.
So, you know what, that when it comes to what she just said, I believe that it's just a way to weaken that man. Because, once you get off, you become a weak man. A lot of boxers, they do not sleep with their women the night before the fight. Your testosterone level is high when you haven't done anything in a while. You're pent up frustration with a lot of things. So what she does is uses her feminine energy to take that power away from that man, weaken him down a little bit, and then she gets her way by talking to him after, filling his belly and giving him the knowledge. Clever. She is very clever, and for some people it works and for some it won't work. I know for myself, I would never put up with that type of behavior, because if you violate, I'm going to tell you straight up where you're wrong and you need to apologize so that I can be moving on with you. Because the more a person lies and the more they try to manipulate is the more I get turned off by that energy. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that people should constantly use sex as a way to smooth things over. It's a temporary fix, same way as injecting a needle into your arm. So yes, in some ways it will work. In other ways, it should not be abused. So she's saying a man should not abuse her submission, but also I don't believe women should abuse using their sexual appeal to, take away a man's voice. Because in a way, you have some men, they're very desperate for sex, especially if they're not that attractive and they don't get it as often, or they don't have a lot of options. They could always fall to a woman like this that will always do that, knowing that she is the best thing he can ever have, right? So a man that always has options will be able to tell her, hey, get off me. We're going to talk about this first, which would piss her off, but that's what a man with options will do. Now let's get into the comments and see what the people got to say. Every problem can't be solved with sex. I'm not telling her not to do it. However, totally agree. Nah, she's spitting. It's a little manipulative, but hey, here's a man that knows that she is being manipulative. But like I said, if it's a man that has options, he will tell her, no, get off me. We're going to talk about this first. She's smart. Look at all the women disagreeing though. Some of you will never learn. Another simping behavior. Or you could also communicate to your spouse. I'd low-key start problems every 3 to 4 days. So somebody want to reverse the manipulation tactic on her. That's what I'm going to say for now, guys, on this issue. I really believe that, we should all practice communication, because sex is not everything. The older people get, the less they have time to have it until all the kids are grown, and then you could do whatever you want again. But this type of way of problem solving will only lead to more problems, because that man will now rely on you for his happiness, and if you should so try to leave, he will try to destroy you. Until next time, guys, Scope MR TV. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I'm out.